Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Blue Maxima and I'm here checking out Ghoulboy, or as it's called only on the store and nowhere else for some reason, Ghoulboy, Dark Sword of Goblin. I'm not entirely sure what that means. I even watched the little story thing they had at the beginning of this game and I'm still not quite sure what that subtitle is supposed to mean. So, there's really nothing to see here. You've got your credits. Dolores Entertainment and Lollipop Robot failed. We'll get to why shortly. There's a shop that you can come to if you just quit from the stage that you're on, and you can buy 3 upgrades. I've bought one of them, which is the higher quality weapon. And you can also go to your chapters to go to a level that you've previously unlocked. For some reason. Why was that one highlighted? Why were there 2 highlighted, but only one of them was actually, I don't know. We're just going to go to chapter 10, which is where I'm up to, but as you can see, there's roughly about 20 to 24, maybe? 9, 18, 21, 26. But as far as I can tell, I'm about to hit the second boss and there's only 4. So, yeah, I'm getting through the game at a pretty solid pace. I imagine if I was willing to put a couple more hours into it, I would probably be through the entire thing. So let's take a look around, shall we? This is Ghoulboy, Dark Sword of Goblin. It is a very basic and otherwise actually completely uninteresting 2-dimensional platformer inspired by the likes of Castlevania, Ghosts and Goblins, and what have you. You have a jump button mapped to circle. Yeah, just let that one sink in for a bit. An attack button mapped to either X or square, and a throwable button mapped to the triangle button. Oh, for God's sake. You can also change what weapons you have available via the L button. So you can use either the shitty little dagger, the mace, or the sword. It seems like the only difference between the weapons is range. They all go out at roughly the same speed, and picking the dagger won't provide you with any lack of speed benefits over, say, the mace. So all you're really doing is, I get the feeling I screwed that up. Yeah, I could have made that. Now I've screwed this up. What do I do here? Damn it. Can I drop through? Apparently not. I'm gonna have to die for this, aren't I? Well, see, yeah, that's a little bit odd. The entire screen just jumps back like half a screen worth of scrolling when you die. And then the game just stops dead while it loads. Very bizarre. So yes, the control scheme is a bit odd, and the weapons don't appear to have any real advantages or disadvantages. Like, if this was a Castlevania game, for example, you'd expect them all to have a relatively decent variety between them so that certain weapons would be good for certain things, and you'd be swapping between them in order to take care of as many of the enemies as you possibly could. In this case, no, just get the mace and never swap from it again. You also have 3 throwable weapons. You have the dagger, the twin dagger, and the spear. The dagger is basically the boomerang. Oh no, it's the cross, sorry, the cross from Castlevania. But it's very quick and doesn't do that much damage, but I mean, you can throw out a fair few of them one after the other, so it's not like it hurts too much. The dual dagger is exactly the same thing, but there's 2 of them, so it does just that little bit extra damage. Okay. And the little shit. I hate those things. And the spear is arguably the most interesting throwable weapon of them all. It also does damage, but if you stick it to a wall, it becomes a platform and you can jump on it. Damn it. Well, good news. I get to go all the way back to the start of the level. If you still have lives, they let you continue from the mid-level checkpoints, but considering that was my last life, I now get to go all the way back to the beginning again. Lives in this game honestly feel completely useless. I don't know why it's a thing. I think it's just there to artificially lengthen the game time, because when I went and looked this game up on YouTube, someone had finished it in 2 hours flat. So, yeah. Unless we continue on, I'll just ignore that pot this time. The thing about the sticking the spear in the wall so that you can get up to a higher series of platforms is that the majority of the levels don't actually make use of this. The majority of levels don't actually make use of this because the levels just aren't designed around the idea. Most of the uses of the spear that you'll be seeing are, say, stick a spear in the wall, climb it, and get a free treasure chest with a little bit of extra cash in it. And that's pretty much it. Like, there are 1 or 2 places where you have to use it to continue, but they actively give you an enemy to take out, which will drop a few spears for you, just so you're not limited on them, because they are consumable. Is that guy just meant to scare me? He's supposed to throw spears at me. Kind of bizarre, but okay. In comparison to a game like, what was it called? Absolute dick move game. Absolute dick move. There we go. Oh, good. Resupply station. In comparison to a game like, what's it called? Volgar the Viking, where the spear climbing mechanic was actually used in the game. This feels like a blind jump, but I can just see like one line of pixels there. But yeah, in comparison to a game like Volgar the Viking, where the spear jumping was a mechanic they not only expected you to use, but designed the levels around it, this implementation is actually kind of boring. Nothing really that special about it. It's unfortunate. I don't need to kill you, so I'm not going to. I have some spears. There we go. And the rest of the gameplay is just this, really. I mean, you just wander around, looking for the way forward. Nothing particularly noteworthy or interesting about it. You do have those little shops that you can buy health refills and collectibles and all that in, but the enemies drop all that stuff too. So generally you won't need it for the most part. I don't know what this... Oh! It's fire. It's alright. It won't throw me back to the previous level. Let me redo the boss again if I lose all my lives. So we can just relax and give this a fair shot. Also, no boss health bar kind of sucks. The controls are also surprisingly unsatisfying, especially in a couple of weird situations where it feels like the game's kind of forgotten to check if you're swinging your weapons, so it'll act like you'll have your weapon at full extension, like when that mace is completely horizontal, but if you hit the button again at exactly the right timing, it'll deal another hit without doing the animation, making damage a little bit faster. And there are also some weird bugs going on where you'll destroy something, and a coin will fall out of it. That's my email going off, god damn it. Where you'll... Oh god. Okay. There we go. Where you'll destroy something and a coin will fly out or something along those lines. And then it'll simply, like, edge its way through a crack in the ground and then just fall out of the level. And there are also other weird technical bugs. The game's frame rate does drop a lot. You saw some weird vertical sync tearing. No, it's not vertical sync, it's more like horizontal sync, but still, you saw it. The tile sets were having a little bit of trouble keeping up. It's not a very good port. The music kind of sucks, mainly because it's a very repetitive track. And it's just not that engaging. It doesn't have that much in the way of creativity. It doesn't really challenge in a way that's particularly interesting. It's just a by-the-numbers Castlevania clone. I'd almost call it a Shovel Knight clone more than that, though, but it doesn't really feel like Shovel Knight. It doesn't even have half the charm that game does. Tis a shame. Where the hell do I go here? I assume I have to go up there. Toss a spear in, jump up. Oh, hang on, I'm gonna have to time this perfectly. There we go. Oh, look, another kind of enemy. Okay, jump through that. There we are. That would be the key I need. Sometimes there are hidden little secrets like this, but usually it just has money and health. Nothing particularly noteworthy. It's annoying, the game doesn't actually tell you about the out-of-game upgrades that you can get, like the mace, the health bar extension, or the higher amount of consumable items. So you just end up going through the game thinking, oh, this will just be what I have for the entirety of the game. But no, you can actually go buy stuff, the game just doesn't tell you about it. Which seems kind of strange, because you'll be building up tons of money and you'll be like, what was I supposed to spend all this on? And then you'll quit out the game, you'll see the shop, and you'll be like, oh, that's what I was meant to spend it on. And I can imagine some people having already beat the entire game in like one sitting and then going, oh, I didn't actually need that. So it's a bit weird that they didn't offer it to me immediately. And yes, you can throw spears so far into walls that you can't even stand on them if you're too close. Such a bizarre concept. I don't even think I'm going to make it over this. I think it's going to stop. Oh no, it's not going to stop me. Okay, let's just have a little wander. Leap of faith. I got lucky. I've tried that before, and I got my shit kicked in for it, so yeah, I really did get lucky on that one. And apparently I got more spears. I'm not entirely sure where I got more spears, but apparently I got more spears. But yeah, it's not really good. It's okay. It does what it's supposed to do, but not in any particularly interesting or noteworthy way. No fancy weapons, no cool enemies, no interesting mechanics. The only interesting mechanic that it really has, which is the standing on the spear to get to a higher platform, is already done better by a similar game, which is just outright better than this one. No secret levels, no nothing like that. If this was on the Nintendo Entertainment System, it would have been forgotten for the likes of something like Shovel Knight ages ago. a switch. Chances are, we hit that, and it's probably unlocked the way forward, because that's pretty much how all the stages go in this game. Look for the way forward and then go through it, whether it be a switch to unlock the actual way forward, or the actual way forward just without the switch. I'm willing to bet it was that platform there that wouldn't have moved. Okay, I'm guessing it's time for spears. Those pumpkin guys are a lot harder to deal with when you're on the dagger, because not only does it have much shorter range, it does way less damage. So the game is actually a lot more frustrating at the beginning than it looks. Also, enemies are just flying from off screen. There are a couple of enemies that actually literally just walk off screen. Or they'll just like walk off the edge of a platform for no discernible reason. It's really weird. Oh, did I need that to get back up? This might be an issue. Really? Surely not. There we go. I'm gonna need another spear. Fuck the guy who designed the collisions that way. Also, the game doesn't tell you can double jump. You just kind of have to figure that one out on your own. Yeah, hi, just give me some spears and some health. Give me the spears, thank you. The UI in this game is laggy as hell, just isn't even remotely responsive. So it'll take you a while to figure out where you're going. Oh, or what you're pressing, I should say. I've had enough. You've seen pretty much everything there is to see at this point, so I don't think I need to go any further than this. Just wait for the game to load, and then we'll pop back out to the main menu. Which is surprisingly hard to do, by the way, so if I hit start here, I can't see what part of the menu's actually been selected. It looks like exit has been selected, but it hasn't. It's on some kind of invisible option. So you have to press down to go to the music volume, and then you have to press up to get to the exit thing, and then you press X on it. If you don't do that specifically, you won't actually go back to the main menu. The game will freeze for about 5 seconds, then it'll unpause, and you'll be wondering what the fuck just happened. But yeah, that was a look at Ghoulboy. It just, no, not remotely notable or really enjoyable in any sense of the word. Not worth the time, effort, money, you name it. This has been Blue Maxima, and I will see you all next time.